there, it's Megan. Today I'm going to be sharing my June tentative, hopeful reading hopes and dreams. We'll see what actually happens. So, first of all, if you've been watching my videos, you know that I'm participating in the booksparks summer reading challenge. They are sending me books every week over the summer, and I'm not sure. I got the last box for May last Tuesday. I haven't gotten anything yet this week. I'm not sure if they're waiting until the end of the week, so it's officially June when they start sending, or if they've been sent. I don't know. So I'll be getting 6 books from them this month. I have 5 of the titles. I'm not sure what the 6th is. So we've got Every Last Lie by Mary Kubica, The Leavers, is it? By Lisa Coe. I think it's The Leavers. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, American Family by Catherine Marshall Smith, and Proof, which is, I believe, by C.E. Tobisman. So the ones I'm most excited about are The Leavers and The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I've heard good things about that. I've not read any Mary Kubica yet, and I know people really like her books. I've heard lots about her books, but then I've also heard, that they're kind of meh if you're really into thrillers. So I don't know. We'll see. Okay, then I'm going to be participating in the bookswapathon. I'm not going to tell you. I have a few books already picked out for that one, but I'm not going to tell you what those are because I will have a separate TBR video as that gets closer. That's the 3rd week of June. Okay, I have a couple books left from June booksparks that I haven't finished yet. Or, I'm sorry, that I haven't even started yet. But I have Good Night from London by Jennifer Robson. That's a World War II book, and I usually really like World War II stories, so I'm looking forward to reading that. And then I have Rich People Problems by Kevin Kwan, which I'm also really looking forward to, but I'm also, because it's the 3rd in a trilogy, so I'm also kind of I kind of just really want to get the other 2 and read it in the correct order. But I really also kind of feel like I should read it because it was sent to me to read. And I really like the cover. Yellow and blue are my favorite colors, so yeah. Okay. I also want to read probably I don't know, maybe closer to the middle of the month, The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers for Julie at Pages and Pens, book buddy read group, Facebook group read along thing. Yes, that. It's been sitting on my shelf for a while, so I definitely want to read that. Then I have a bunch of arcs that I'd like to read. I still haven't read Salt Houses, which was released last month, which I wanted to read last month, but I didn't get to. Then books that come out in June. I have The People We Hate at the Wedding by Grant Ginder. The Breakdown by B.A. Paris. She wrote, what's it called? Oh, yeah, Behind Closed Doors, which came out last year, which I read and really enjoyed. I read it really fast in one day. This comes out on my birthday, June 27th, The Sister's Chase by Sarah Healy. She's a Vermont author, so I'm looking forward to reading that. And then this one is actually August, but I'm going to see if I can try to get to this month so I can be a little bit ahead of the game. It's called Emma in the Night by Wendy Walker. This is being published by St. Martin's. It's some sort of thriller about twins kidnapping. One comes back and one doesn't, or something like that. Okay. Then I'm going to share, this is like a mini haul. I got this from Amazon this morning. I got The Nix by Nathan Hill, which there is a local meetup group discussing this on June 13th. And I did put a hold on the audiobook on the Overdrive app. It's really fairly long book. I don't think I'm going to get this done by June 13th. I don't know if I'll even start it this month, but I got it, so whenever I do get to it. I finally bought my own copy of this Savage Song, which I borrowed from the library like a year or more ago, and my daughter did read, but then I didn't get a chance to read it before it was due, and I noticed it was only like $6 on Amazon, so I added that to my order. And then the main reason for this Amazon order, this is a book that I've been borrowing over and over from the library, but I just have not gotten through it. It's a very long book. I'm really enjoying it, but I just keep putting it aside for other things that I need to read. And that's A Book of American Martyrs by Joyce Carol Oates. I think this is a book that I'm going to want to own. So the only problem is that, like I said, this was the main reason for my order, or excuse for my order. And I'm glad that Amazon has a really easy return policy, and I can just hold on to this until the replacement comes, and then print out the return label and send it back. But I'm a little frustrated because when you order something, you want it to arrive in pristine condition when you've ordered it new. It's not like when you purposely order something used or buy it used and you expect and realize it's going to be, maybe scratch and dent or whatever. But when you buy a hardcover for $18, you want it to arrive perfect. And so I don't know if it just ripped as I pulled it out of the box. It was in a small box with the other two paperbacks on top of it, so I didn't hear it rip, so I don't know what happened, but so my replacement should be here. It's the 31st, and it should be here by June 2nd, and that's fine. It's not a huge deal, but it's a little irritating, but it is beautiful. Hardcover. I don't normally buy hardcovers, especially for $18. If I get a hardcover, it's because it's free, or like $2 somewhere. But I really wanted this, and I didn't want to wait for the paperback to come out in October, and I'm on almost, I think, page 300 in the last library copy that I had, which I returned last night because I knew this was coming. So hopefully I can get this finished, because I really am enjoying it. If you don't know anything about this book, and this is my first Joyce Carol Oates book, I don't think that I ever read We Were the Mulvaneys in school. So this is about a far-right man who assassinates an abortion doctor, and like I said, I'm almost 300 pages in, and I'm just now, it goes into the mind of this man and his family, and then it kind of goes back and forth. Right now I'm more on the abortionist's family and their background, and it's really interesting. I'm really looking forward to seeing where she takes this. I would say right now it's definitely more balanced toward sympathy for the doctor's family. I'm really I'm really curious to see, because I've heard that she really does a good job of balancing both sides. Right now, I would say I haven't felt that way yet, so I'm really curious how that will continue. So there's that. Oh, and one really quick, like I spoke recently in one of my videos about how I don't do usually like huge unhauls. I sort of just unhaul as I read or don't read. So I'm going to be unhauling Moby Dick because, as I've been mentioned, I could not get into this. I borrowed the Great Illustrated Classic, I think is the name of this series. It's like a children's, very, very abridged, and like they really put it into like, children's maybe 4th grade level or less. They do this with a lot of classics, and I tried reading that, and of course it was very easy to read, but it was just, I got about halfway through, and it was boring, I didn't care, and I really was turned off by the racist aspects of how they spoke about the native character, which obviously, I mean, it was written hundreds of years ago, I understand that, but all of this, calling him a savage, and the I can't remember the word you use, but the way that they like pigeon, I guess, pigeon English, they would like be like, oh, you talkie, yeah, I don't like that crap, and I just decided, I know, like, Richard recently read this, and I think he gave it a 2. And I decided it was not worth me trying to wade through this for the next 6 months to end up giving it a 2, which I probably would from what I've heard. And then another booktuber that I was talking to about it, that's read it in the past, was telling me, oh, we'll skip the chapters on the whales genealogy. Just like, if this has chapters I have to skip because it goes through the whale's genealogy, I'm just not that interested. I mean, I think I know enough of the basics of them chasing this whale for just my pop culture knowledge. And so, yeah, so I'm just going to get rid of it. I don't like pushing myself through books just to say that I've read it. So that is going to go bye-bye. I think I bought it at Goodwill like a year ago for a few bucks, and I am probably just going to donate it back to Goodwill or my library or something. Let's see. I'm looking at my list. I'm always afraid I'm going to miss something because my brain is so unorganized. I usually am thinking of things at midnight that I want to talk about in a video, and I never write it down, and it never gets mentioned. But I think that's the basics. Also, I wanted to tell you, this was my favorite book of May. I mentioned it in my May wrap-up. I decided I want to do a traveling book like Julie at Pages and Pens has been doing, and she's been talking about it on her Instagram stories, and I really want to do it. So I posted in Julie's group, Buddy Read With Me, I think is what it's called. I will try to remember to link it below in the description. So I went back through and just made some notes, and highlighted some spots, and put down some thoughts throughout the book. And I found 3 people in the group that this will be passed on to, and they will highlight and take notes and then send it back to me. And I just thought that sounded like a really fun thing to do. When I get it back, I'll do some sort of flip through video to share with you guys. And I might do this kind of thing again in the future. I might do it again with the same group of ladies. We'll see how it goes, and if they're interested, maybe like someone else can send their book and start it out so that it ends back up with them. But if this sounds like a fun thing you might be interested in doing in the future, comment below and let me know, and maybe we can plan out another one. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. Comment below if you've read any of these books or if you're interested in any of these books. And I will see you next time.